Balance our Sushumna Nadi. And there are different techniques of doing this. So, hand gesture, left hand we are in front, so we do Surya Pranayam.
Why in the morning? 6 in the morning. Yeah, cook. You don't need to come on. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
This is good. Natural.
So this is they call Riyadh. But you try and then middle. So you know, up from outside you think it's like
Yeah.
To it. It's a waiting wall. Yeah.
Balance our Sushumna Nadi. And there are different techniques of doing this. So, hand gesture, left hand we are in front, so we do Surya Pranayam.
This is going to look really nice.
Yeah.
We're going to exhale, we bend to the left. The eyes get stretched to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to right. Inhale to center. Then we're going to move the left leg off the floor and bring it to the side. And we're going to bring your hands to heart center. So come into the goddess pose, okay? You're going to bring your, remember everything comes in the goddess. Put the shoulders down. Lift the heels up if you like. Heels off the floor. Toes outwards, okay? Alright, we're going to take a breath in, breath out. Get everything nice and strong. Close your eyes here. If you have any issues, keep the knees whistled. Otherwise, just stay here. Breath in, breath out. Release. Release your hands, arms down. And we're going to bring the left leg pointing forward. Arms by the side. Okay, so we're going to just have a little stretch into warrior two. And we'll have a, I'm just adding a little bit extra on here, okay? And we're going to have a reverse warrior. Straighten the back leg. And come reverse triangle. Okay, straighten the front. Reverse triangle. Left leg to the front. So everyone will be doing the same side, basically, yeah? Reverse triangle. And then we're going to bring the, so we're going to come lean forward, come into triangle, okay? Triangle pose. And we're going to bring the top hand to the front. The top hand to the front. Back heel towards the front. So you can come into the triangle pose, okay? So back foot turning towards the front. Front leg straight into triangle pose. Forehead closer to me here. Inhale into straight back. Place the back knee onto the mat. Back knee onto the mat. Okay. And we're going to big inhale, arms up, Anjaneyasana. Hands onto the mat. We turn to it. Guys, this is if you have any issue, you may want to pull up. Otherwise, you bring the top hand to the foot to the center, and we turn towards the center here, okay? And here, Skandasana, you can just place your hands here, okay? Skandasana, or bring your hands to heart center. Okay?
You are on your left here.
Left side, so we're still flying on the left, okay? Left leg, guys. You're not listening to me, are you? Okay, hands to center, you move to your right here, okay? Skandasana on your right. If you're okay with your knees, hands to heart center. Back straighter as much as you can. Okay, hands on the mat. We turning towards the right now. Okay, so we turn towards the right. We place the left knee onto the mat. Left knee onto the mat. So you know that earlier we have done Anjaneyasana. Inhale, slide your arms up in here into Anjani. Sink your hip lower if you have the knee. If you don't have any problem or leg problem. Exhale down. We're going to straighten the broad leg, come up and straighten the both legs into pyramid. Both legs straight. Forehead closer to knee. Inhale straight back. We bring the back heel to the center and we will come into pyramid pose. We will bring the left arm up into pyramid pose. Triangle. Oh, sorry, triangle. Triangle. Alright, lovely. Inhale, we come up. Just let it add a little bit into warrior 2. Okay. Turning your hand palm towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse. And you come back to center. Come back to center. I don't know why you guys turn. Okay. Now we're going to go into the goddess pose, okay? So both toes outwards. We're going to hands to heart center. Lower down. Right. Inhale, arms up straight. Back. So bring the toes to the center and we're going to bring the right leg to the left. Okay, so you will not in the center, you will be into the left side of your place, right? We're going to bend towards the left. Inhale to center, bend towards the right. Okay, and center. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to the center. I'm going to face your way, okay?
The Atlantic Ocean here in Morocco at this part has no pollution because we don't.
Exhale, drop to the seat, down facing. We're going to inhale, we're going to breathe. So this time you can, if you can bring the straight leg to the front, or if you want, you can raise the right leg up in here. Exhale, we place it to the front. Okay? Left leg to the front. Hold inhale, arms up. Leaning back, hands to heart center. Okay? So then we go on the side. So inhale, lean back. Exhale, forward bend. Forehead to knee. Straight back inhale, we're going to take the left leg back. So this time we're going to shake your hip lower. Breath in and breath out. And you're gonna bring the exhale arms to the front. Take the back leg off the floor. Right leg back into plank. Now hold your plank nice and strong here. Right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either straight lower down or knees onto the mat. Exhale lower down. Heels to mat. Inhale up to the cobra. If you are struggling with cobra, you can always place your arms on the mat. Keep the shoulders relaxed on your cobra. From your toes in, exhale down facing. Until you move to the front when you're ready. So either you straight left leg to the front or raise the left leg up in tail. Exhale, replace it to the front. Right leg to the front. Forehead to knee. Inhale, arms up. Leaning back. Our hands to heart center. Okay, same. Hands to the front first. Alright? Yeah.
What a change, it wasn't you.
Sikh comes from city. Like,
Yeah.
We have respect.
Sign of respect.
Yeah, it's a sign of respect. Like we say, Mr. Sir. Same thing. But Prabhu, yeah, what I want to show you, this is very.
Some things that you can do from favorite. Like smearing you gone wrong.
Ya, અને પછી ત્યાંથી કે નીચે આમ આવે તો નીચે ટંકાઈ રહ્યું છે એમ કે છે અને આખું બોડી ઇટ કેન બી ધીસ કેન બી ધ બોડી ધેટ્સ રાઈટ
Moja. आँखें मेरी सपने तेरे दिल मेरा जाने तेरी दिल मेरा जाने तेरी वो मेरा प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम अब कहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम
Fascinating, yeah.
There's a place near Chennai, Margaret, and that's got all these walks that you went Monday, well, at night, but and there's like 6 monkeys in the sea. They
Careful. Okay.
Bring your hands by the side, bring the knee to the center. We're going to lift up here. Exhale down. Ready. And option, you can just keep the leg here. Option 2, you bring the leg opposite side. Okay. Supporting the right hand is supporting our back. And the left arm in P, right knee bend, okay? So inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Okay, so this time we're gonna stay here down, bring the forehead as much as you can, closer to the knees.
All different types of dates.
Is it from here?
We are in a market,
Further down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
but my weight is full of, so I can't bring anything back.
Merci, madame.
I will ask if you can I take pictures with you?
Yeah.
Because I will be happy. I'm Gian in my house. My
Your name is? Veggie.
Vij. Beautiful names.
Gina. It's easy. Gina easy.
Easy to
And then
take.
after as well?
As well.
You go after room or
I
only this?
have. No, big house. A big house. I wish.
From outside, it doesn't look big enough.
Yeah.
When you come inside.
No, outside it is small.
Very
But
little.
if you are
Yeah.
inside,
Why is it get always small?
you take the shell away, and then the nut, you break the nut, and in the nut there is and in the shell there is the nut.
Okay.
And then if there are two ways: the arrogant that they eat, and the arrogant that they do cosmetics from. And they move it. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize there were two
Yeah, that's for you. That's what it's normally been used. It's just the Europeans made it into a real
And we did the churning and all
for olive oil.
that. We made the oil out of it. Do you remember?
And also the soap that you see, the soap that
There's a place near Chennai, Margaret, and that's got all these walks that you went Monday with a guy for like and there's like 6 monkeys in the sea.
We are, everyone gets excited, everyone is happy. So when you, but I had a very nice contact with Jignasa, maybe last September, October, I don't know when it was anymore. Or even maybe last April, I believe last April, wasn't it? Yeah, Easter last year. And from the moment I met Jignasa, where are you from India, from Portbandar, there was already a connection, and we had a very nice conversation, and I felt very comfortable knowing that Jignasa could come to our Riyadh and we could meet her expectations of what she wanted for her group, for yoga. It didn't take any convincing, to be honest. We just clicked. We could do this, this, this. Oh yes, that's great, great, great. We met 2 times, and it's like I know you for such a long time. And to have you all here, finally, it was really, really nice. And I'm so happy to be here, because normally I'm never at a retreat. I don't get the opportunity because it's Abby that manages everyone once they're here. I do the first part, and then he does the second part. Thanks to my mum and dad, they said that they'd be happy to look after my children, so I could be here. And they knew how much it meant to me to be here, because Dad had also met Jignasa as well. And so I say thanks to my parents that I could be here with you all this week. And it's been wonderful for me. I think I've had a good chat with everybody. And thank you for sharing things that were so close and personal to your hearts with me and Abby. You know, it's never the intention that you come to us and share parts of your life, your thoughts. We are just there to assist Jignasa and Prognabin to make things a little bit easier for them, so they don't have to be worried about what's happening around, but just concentrate on the group. But thank you for making us part of the group as well. You know, we felt really a part of the retreat, let's say. So thank you to all of you for choosing to come here and being with us and sharing a little bit of our life here and how we live and how we do things. So thank you.
Well, letting us share that life is quite precious.
Yes.
Letting me share Abby's room. You share with me, but let me share his room. Yeah. His room, not him. His room.
Use his room.
Yes, and allowing me to share his room is a big thing for anyone to. You know, that's his private domain.
Yeah.
And for him to give that up and say, here.
But you felt good, huh?
I
Having
felt-
that space for
I
yourself. So
felt
that's
that
so
it's such a
important.
relaxing place.
Yeah.
That room is like for me, it was a sanctuary.
That's how he feels, because he's
Yeah.
so busy here.
Yeah,
That's his moment of just escape.
exactly.
It's not the biggest room in the Riyadh, but it's just away from everything.
Everything.
Once that door closes, no
That's
one's
it.
bothering him. So
That's right.
I hope you felt the same
Most definitely.
grounding.
Most definitely.
That's
Most
nice.
definitely. I can't thank him enough to give that up
Pleasure.
and give it to us.
I'm so happy that you feel so good
I did.
having that room for yourself. Thanks.
You must come and see us over there.
Yes.
Yes,
We have to make
yeah.
arrangements. We will be
I've been trying to be
here.
in Wixons, where my parents are, in probably August. So if we are, we'll let you know ahead.
Yeah, then
I
we
will
can
let
arrange.
Chignasa,
Brixton.
yeah, South Bedfordshire.
Oh, that's quite.
Near Flitwick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, it's not so far.
We thank you for your call, made a special arrangement.
Yes.
Lots of plans, that's right, yeah.
And now, before we all start talking.
Yes.
We never will enjoy without you over here. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you
so
are part
nice.
of the family now.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
also-
Me and Abby, we said that if Chignasa and Ragnaben will do a retreat, because we've never been to a retreat. Maybe it's something for us to consider. If timing works out, we would love to join.
That would be very nice.
For us also, you know, to be just let everyone
see
else
the other
organize
side.
it.
One of the crowd on the other side. Yeah.
Just one week is a
Yes.
different.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because we realise we're not the young chickens that we used to be.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
and life is busy. It's very, very busy, and we live a lot of our life.
kind of crawls onto you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm approaching 50. Abby just turned 50 a few years ago. Girls are getting big. They need us a little bit less than they used to a couple of years ago. So that allows us to have time for ourselves.
Yes.
And also we need to take time out.
Mm.
It's so busy. And we don't manage to take that time for ourselves. Whether it's independently or together, we should do that more for ourselves so we can sustain our energy levels and, you know, to be fit and strong and continue. A couple of years ago, Abby had a double hernia. I don't know if you shared it with anybody in the group. But in 2019, he was nearly disabled and
Oh.
nearly wheelchair bound. And the operation was either hit or miss. It can work, but it can also not work. So he took the risk of the operation. And due to his dedication and focus on himself, he healed himself actually. An hour and a half of mobility exercises, incorporating yoga. He was so dedicated, he couldn't even sit on the floor 5 years ago. And now for him, it's like, I'm become Indian. That's what he always says. Because Indians are so flexible.
It's more Indian than Indian.
I said that's what you're doing, you're better than me. But he's realised the benefits of mobility, yoga, movement, and he's a pure believer in that, you know. Because he sees that when he's aging now, it's not the same. When he was younger, he was doing 25 hours of sport a week. Very, very athletic, very sportive.
Yeah.
But now he goes, don't need any of that. Just every day half an hour yoga really helps.
He's a favorite Gemma, you know, the Gemma.
Oh.
Favorite Jamai.
Okay, last bit, as we conclude, what Jignasa said, whatever has happened, spoken, talked, just remains here. Nothing goes out from here. Respect. Love yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
You can share the good things.
Yeah, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
Good moment.
Don't need to share anyone's personal.
Very nice.
Thank you.